Welcome back. It's a pair of thoughts. I'm Slim.
And I'm Relay.
Wow, it's been a minute.
Hey,
How have you
I
been?
know. Okay, so let me ask you this. Did I Reiki my camera yet? Is there a difference?
A little bit till you moved.
Oh my God. So, for those of you that have watched previous shows, you will know that Slim has always had an issue with Relay's camera. And so I purchased multiple computers trying to fix the camera and recently purchased a new Apple desktop, which is amazing, by the way. And are you saying there's still an issue with my camera?
Nope, you look so much better, much clearer. You can tell that you actually invested in something.
The other one wasn't Apple. It was just an Apple laptop, older version. But anyway, if this camera doesn't work, it's just not going to work.
You
So
look fabulous. It's working. You look great.
thank
It's
you.
not delayed. I hear
Thank
you. It's
you.
fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. And even during this pause, another thing that we talked about a lot was my issues with my weight and how I wanted to lose weight and I wasn't
And you
happy.
lost?
Yes, and so have you.
Thank you so much. I'm trying my
We are eating
hardest.
better. We're exercising, right? We're
Yep.
trying to do the best we can to make sure that this upcoming big birthday of ours is a forever impressionable party because we're turning what? I can't say it.
50.
I still have not been able to let the numbers or those words come out of my mouth because I can't believe that I'm finally here. Do I look 50? No.
You're going to look 50 soon.
Whenever I'm not dying this gray.
Oh my gosh! Again, the grays got a lot of them. Got a lot of them. But yes, we're turning 50 this year. It is a lot of our friends. Most of our friends are turning 50 this year. It's so fun watching everybody get older. Kids graduating from college. Kids graduating from high school. People having grandkids. It's awesome.
And we have a big like high school reunion coming up. So yeah, I want to go in and have people say, "Oh my gosh, you have not aged since high school." Will I be close? No.
A little bit, kind of. I mean, at some
Well,
point we have to acknowledge the fact that we're aging. So it just is what it is. I'm embracing it. I'm taking it with stride and class and sophistication. And you look fabulous. You don't look 50, that's for sure. Anyway, if you were to give any advice today about your past 50 years, what one piece of advice? It doesn't need to be an hour and 20 minutes. One piece because you talk too much. So one quick piece of advice of your past 50 years.
um, funny. Okay, I'm gonna share this quote. This is the advice because you guys know I love quotes, but it's perfect because this is what I've learned,
It's
and it's
50.
really.
You should be able to like, girl.
But the way it was verbalized, here's what I can just share the damn quote, and it says it's quite simple. Nothing that is meant for you will ever get away. Love deeply and without the need to possess or own. Let beautiful connections pass through you without attachment. Slam your heart into the people and the places and the things that ignite something deep inside of your soul. And I promise, the right things will stay. You will never lose what is for you. Don't ever forget that. That's what I learned.
So the cliff
I
notes
didn't
to her
need the
poem is
I didn't need the click. I didn't need the poem. The not. It's not a poem. I didn't need the quote to teach me what I learned,
are you
but it
sure?
summed it all up in like one statement of
Well, I can
everything
make
I
it
learned.
shorter. Love yourself.
I mean, that's basically what it means. Because when you love yourself, what?
Then everything else comes into play.
So, do you have your okay? What do you?
Jack and Coke.
I am drinking Makers and ginger ale.
Oh, close enough to me. Well, cheers, my darling.
So
From
we're both
coast
on
to
that
east
brand.
coast.
Cheers. Hmm. Anywho, as we were going through our day-to-day lives and just trying to figure out how to get back to this podcast that we really enjoy doing because we love to share our thoughts, our pair of thoughts with you all. We received an email or two, which was interesting because the whole time we did the show, no one, I mean, people would write back and give us feedback. Oh, great show. Oh, we want to hear about this or hear about that. But we actually got a couple of letters that came to our email address, which is a pair of thoughts at gmail.com. And they were advice letters. And I'm like, our show was that effective where you all want advice from us?
Surprisingly, they want advice probably from me, the more rational one. They probably want to laugh at the illogical one, which would be.
No, I'm the fun one. I know how to mix fun into my daily repertoire. But anyway, we thought we would share. Yes, but we're going to keep the innocent, anonymous, right? We're not going to share who it is. But when I was reading through the letters, there was a couple of things I was able to identify with because either I know someone who has gone through that situation, or again, I have thoughts around how I would handle the situation, which I think is what they're looking for because they asked for some thoughts from the twins. So I would love to share two or three of these letters, right, with you all, and we can share our thoughts that we would provide back to them with you guys. What do you think?
And I think it'd be super fun if you guys can add your opinions to some of these letters in the comments, and we can kind of go back and forth. And then also too, I think when we get letters that we think would require expertise or some professional guidance, we would then, we have a few guests we'd like to invite that may have a little bit more of the licensing and certification behind some of the advice. So our advice is really per our, experience. It's not, you get it.
Yes. And if you have something you want to get our thoughts on, please send us an email, a pair of thoughts at gmail.com. And we would love to share with you, our opinions, I guess, which is just that.
Okay, stop talking. Get to the letter because we can go on and on with you introducing the opening. Go straight to people. Roll the tape. And action. Go.
All right. So let's see what we have here. Dear Slim and Relay, would love a pair of thoughts on a situation I am in. Take notes because you're older. You can't keep up, so you might need to take notes because I'm not going to read the letter again. I have been divorced for 10 years and took my time getting back in the dating scene. Smart. I was very hesitant to date because I was raising 3 children on my own and did not want to expose them to other men. Smart. Once my children finished high school, I started going out, meeting men, and began casually dating. Uh-oh. After many epic fails, I met someone who really intrigued me, and we took our relationship to the next level. Uh-oh. After dating for over a year, things got really serious, and I felt like we both wanted to commit ourselves to a future together. Dating exclusively was a bit challenging since we lived in 2 different states. Here it comes. He lives in Denver, and I was living in Seattle. However, we were making it work. Now, I'm the type of woman that fully supports my man's dreams and vision. Lord, today. So much so, I began investing monetarily in a venture he has been passionate about. But there's a problem right there. This venture had the potential of allowing us to live a great, comfortable life while working for ourselves. I cleaned my savings out and gave him a lot of money because I trusted him and believed in his dream. Girl, you a good woman. Fast forward to today. I moved from Seattle to Denver 6 months ago. We decided it was time to move in together. Since I work virtually, I moved into his place, sold my condo in Seattle, and now settled into our new home. Since I have moved in, I noticed a change in his attitude and a lack of patience towards me, as well as alarming money issues that keep popping up, causing me to use the little bit of savings I have left to help out where I can. Shall I go on? I have not heard anything else about this business that I invested in. And when asked, I'm met with irritation and no answers on what is happening. Girl, this don't sound good. Not only that, we got into a heated debate about the difference of opinions as it relates to money, leading him to ask me to move out. Mm, mm. What do they call it? Something dash?
Huh?
Dating dash. Something dash.
Dating
Dating
dad?
dash. Dash, not dating. Someone you give people money, they dash. Anyway, I'm so confused because this is not the man that I've been dating, and now I feel taken advantage of and
But it
hurt.
is.
I don't know what to do. Do I fight through these issues and try to make it work, or do I get the heck out of Dodge and call it a loss? I need a pair of thoughts. Well, let me start by saying I don't judge nobody. We all have situations we have gone through that we will go through. And when the writing is all over the wall, some of us are so blinded by love,
So
we
blunt.
don't see
Don't
the
see
whole fucking book written on the wall.
at
So,
all. Or you see and choose to ignore. It's one or the other.
yes. So, you want to know, do you fight through these issues or do you try to make it work?
Are you asking
I mean,
me?
do you fight through these issues and try to make it work or do you dodge and just call it a
Well,
loss?
so when I read it, I read that you've probably already gone through various stages of you hanging in and fighting through. At some point, you need to take the rose colored glasses off and read the writing on the wall. If it ain't Team Tanza, it ain't Team nothing. Meaning, if we can't go through ups and downs together and be open to each other and communicate everything and not point blame and stand each other up and have each other's back, that's one thing. But if you're questioning if you should be there and you feel like you're being shortchanged and not getting the answers you need, then I think that you need to decide, do you love yourself enough? Which goes to our.
I guarantee you, and interesting enough, I don't know how old this person is, but they sound maybe a little young. They were married, had older kids, kids in high school, probably 40s, maybe late 30s, maybe early 40s, or whatever. Um, she has lived this, maybe not have had a lot of relationships, or maybe her first marriage was her first love,
Mm-hmm.
but there were signs. There were signs there that you ignored, probably like you said, with your rose colored glasses, because you're so in love and you finally found somebody you connect with, and you just went head first into an empty fucking swimming pool. But I will
How
say
do you
this.
get out of an empty swimming pool? When you sign up for something
Because
and you think it's this, when you sign up for something and you think it's this, but then it ends up being that, and you're caught in the middle, you're financially joined at the hip, you coexist together, your everyday moves are together. Like, how do you break the cycle? And a lot of times people are scared to step out on their own and do it by
well,
themselves.
she's been on her own. She raised her. She got a divorce. She's been on her own for
But
years.
how long
You
was
know.
her divorce, she said?
Girl, you asked me. I told you to take notes. She had been divorced.
You read the
She's
whole.
been divorced for 10 years.
Well, she's dated in between there, I think. And then sometimes we just like who we like, and we let people that we like do things that we don't want them to do to us because that's who we like.
I can't change. We can't change the experience you've already gone through. But what you can change is the experience you're about to continue to go through. Not only did he come to you with this need for investment for his vision, his passion, whatever that you invested in. Now that you're there on a day to day basis, you're seeing that his money issue is bigger than what you thought, right? And so you didn't do your homework to maybe see a business plan,
We
obviously, because
all
you
are
don't have
guilty. We're
answers.
all guilty of that, and we're
Oh,
all
everybody's
guilty.
guilty of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But if I was to give you advice of what to do, I would say leave now. Don't get into a deeper hole.
What if she's in a situation where leaving now requires a lot of other larger financial decisions? Therefore, you can't pull the
She
cord
said
off.
she had a little bit of savings left. So before he runs through the rest of that, you might need to go before you have nothing left. Or start creating, right, an exit plan. Because what you've done now is put yourself in a situation where your whole livelihood is depending on if this man wakes up one day and says he doesn't want you there, or if he wakes up one day and says he wants you there. So now you've stepped away from your safety net to go into his home. He's obviously showing you that there's not a level of respect there for you just to,
Oh, for sure.
be able to say after one debate, oh, you got to go.
Anybody
He
that can
has your
tell
best
you
interest.
to get out, to me,
He
does
doesn't
not
have
have
your
your
best
best
interest.
interest
And
at
he
heart.
knows you just sold your place to move there. Where are you going to go? He knows he just took all your money. Where are you going to go? Why
Yeah.
would that even come up? So at the end of the day, you might have to just shake this one off, take it as a loss, and
And start
start
working
over
on
and
an
put it
exit
into a place
strategy.
where an exit strategy
Because
and
I'm
just
pretty
learn from it.
sure for you to have done all of that for this person means that you're a very kind, loving, giving person. So the
Yes.
right person's out there for you. And then also, too, I'm a different, it's not always about having somebody unless you want somebody. So finding that peace of mind is probably the most important.
And
But
this is why we
thanks.
said love yourself. Because
Mhm.
when you love yourself, it's easier for you to see when the wrong is being done to you and
Yeah.
to be confident enough to step away, right? That's why it's so important to love yourself. But hopefully that helps. My advice is bounce. Bounce.